What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor, and this is yet another Crypto Empire live stream. Happy Monday. Hope you're all doing great on the first full week of the year, and we have a lot to talk about today as the markup phase of this crypto bull market is underway. Bitcoin is back above 100,000. We're seeing some big moves in altcoins at the moment, so let's get right into this. Hope everyone is doing great. Shout out to everyone in the live chat right now. If you guys haven't already, smash up that like button and let's get this party started. So looking at the market, again, Bitcoin at 101, basically $102,000. Ethereum trading just beneath 3,700. Solana at 220, XRP at 243. Things are looking up today. If we look at the crypto bubbles, not a lot of red on here. Some huge bounces. AI16Z is one of the biggest gainers today, up 25%. The Murad coins like SPX, making insane strides to new all-time highs right now. SPX at a $1.45 billion market cap. Some really crazy moves we are seeing on the day, and these are all direct implications of a crypto bull market. Let's not forget, January 20th, Donald Trump is being inaugurated into the White House. Trump is the most pro-crypto president in history, and this is the next huge narrative for this market cycle, and we'll be talking about that in this stream. First, let's hop into Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin on the daily time frame, and like I've been saying, first full week of the year, everyone's back at their trading desk. Everyone's back in the office. It's back to business as usual. And right on cue, what do we see? We see Bitcoin break above that 98K resistance with a strong green candle. Some volume is coming back in, bigger than this weekend's volume, but still really not too much crazy volume happening, at least on the perps Bybit chart. But nonetheless, huge move and very bullish, back above that 100K level. And from this point on, the likely scenario is to see a attack of the all-time high at 108,000. And then a push to new all-time highs. Again, the magnet on the chart is at $125,000 for BTC, and this is my next target higher. Once 108,000 is cleared, we're looking for 125. So that's BTC. If we do get that sell-off before the inauguration, or maybe it happens at the time of the inauguration, because that's the sell the news event, the level to look for, it's the same levels that we've been discussing now for quite a long time, since back here in November, late November, when price first reached these levels. All right, we want to be, our main level of interest is down here in this demand zone, 90,000 to around 86K, right? This is where the juiciest opportunities lie if we sell off this hard into this demand zone. There's the possibility, though, if we push up pre-inauguration and the inauguration is a sell the news event, that we don't make it all the way down here into this green demand zone. So in that case, I would be looking once again at the 98K support as well as the 95K support. These are the levels you need to look out for if we have a sell-off before or around the time of Trump's inauguration on January 20th. And much like I've been discussing, I'm expecting it to be temporary. I'm expecting it to lead to a massive February. I think February is likely going to be the most bullish month of 2025. AI right now, there's OpenAI talking about that they've now developed AGI. The AI narrative is on fire. The AI narrative is probably going to be this cycle's version of why we won't have a bear market, right? Everyone's going to be saying, oh, these coins are going to keep on pumping for the next few weeks and months. They're going to be crazy, absurdly overvalued. But there's going to be people on their Twitter timeline saying that AI is, this new technological advancement, and, these prices are still cheap and we're not going to have a bear market this time around. Don't listen to any of those people. Your job right now is to realize profit. You cannot realize profit if you don't think there's going to be another bear market because AI is so great. Do not get lost in the sauce out here. It's very easy to get overly bullish and overly euphoric and think you're a genius in a bull market. That's always the case. But the pendulum always swings both ways, much like I've been talking about as well in regards to the mental conditioning happening to market participants. People are being accustomed to charts going up only. That's not how it works all of the time. There's very brief moments of time where that's how it works. But then guess what? The pendulum is going to swing the other way. And they're all going to come back down. All right. So anyways, that's your Bitcoin analysis leading into Trump's inauguration in around 2 weeks' time. We're bullish today. We're bullish right now with price breaking above resistance at 98 to 100K. Next order of business is go attack that all-time high. Let's see what's going on here in the live chat. Shout out to Ghost. Ghost is saying, hey Connor, not sure if you've seen the new HMPV virus mentioned by Alex Jones, but it's expected this month along with another that word. Could you touch on how this would affect price if it did happen? Well, if there's going to be another huge scare, it sounds something like the March 2020 crash. It could potentially be a black swan event. And if that does happen this month, I would still be looking down here in this green demand zone, especially if price is pushed above 108K, right? And if we're going to have a crazy black swan, I would still be looking in this green zone down here. It is possible if it's going to be super bad like that. I mean, it's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? But it is possible that price does retrace further, into the low 80s or high 70s. If there's a crazy black swan, like a new global scam. So yeah, be on the lookout and stay safe out there. Don't be overly leveraged. If you're sitting in spot, you'll be perfectly fine. Anyways, shout out to Ryan Bauer saying interesting FUD ghost. It is interesting, right? Nonetheless, greetings Connor and all. Hit the like button from South Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to Ryan Bauer. Thank you for your support. Uzman Ashraf says, hi, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Uzman. Fiat Hater, he says, happy Monday from sunny Cali. What's going on, Fiat Hater? Enjoy that sun. Silvadala, what's up, Silvadala? Let's go, Legends. Smash the like button. Indeed, indeed. Let's see. Manufacturing Contempt saying W's in the chat. Smash the like, fam. And we got Lee J giving some W's in the chat. Appreciate you guys. D'Angelo Gideon says, happy Monday, Connor. Hope you're well, man. Thank you, sir. I'm well. Any thoughts on Hash AI? We'll look at some AI coins in a little bit of time. Shout out to Declan Wyatt. D Fox says, hi, Connor. Thoughts on CAS long consolidation. Also, is Cookie good entry? We'll look at those. ETH doesn't look that strong, says Dims. So let's look at Ethereum. We haven't looked at ETH. Well, it seems to be following the sketch here perfectly. All we had, this is the daily time frame, okay? So this little mini consolidation down here, we were speaking on this in real time, and I was basically saying how it's a mini version of what happened over here. And lo and behold, it's now playing out. So yes, Ethereum is weaker in comparison. Ethereum has been weaker in comparison for the last 2-3 years. It's been underperforming Bitcoin and Sol. All right, so that's not necessarily a new astute observation. That's definitely well documented at this moment in time. However, again, we're looking for Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin for essentially a moment in time, a few weeks to maybe 1 to 2 months. Now, with Bitcoin pumping again back above 100K, you're seeing Ethereum versus Bitcoin sell off. Further indication that Ethereum is indeed weaker. However, if we look at Ethereum, the market structure has very obviously changed. All right, it was in a strong downtrend, sold off really hard to this yearly demand zone, and you can see we're not getting the same type of price action. We're seeing it start to begin to base now. So again, there's a very high possibility. If I was a betting man, I would bet that Ethereum versus Bitcoin has actually put in its bottom here for the cycle, and I would expect it to make up some lost ground, whether that starts in January, like this month, or next month in February. If it doesn't start in January, I do believe it's going to happen soon. But yes, Ethereum is indeed weaker. Again, not some kind of crazy new observation. With that being said, though, Ethereum is in striking distance now once again of the $4,000 resistance, and once it does clear 4,000, it will, it's not an if, but a when, it will go on to make a new all-time high above $4,800. It's dangerous to speak in absolutes like that, but in this case, I'm going to speak in absolutes. And the election has been certified, says balls indeed. Trump has been certified the winner. If there is a pump first, I don't think Bitcoin makes it to the 80K region. That's cool. We did outline those other levels such as 95 as well as 98K. Those are important support levels to hold, right? All we're doing is having a read on where the most important key levels with the most liquidity lie, and we know where those are. Anyways, shout out to Matt1 as well as All Day Dre. What's up, Dre? And Matt1 says, good morning from Switzerland. Awesome, Matt. Thanks for tuning in today. And Benjamin, what's up, Benjamin? He says, thoughts on ETH finally going back to the all-time high. We just went over that now. Let's see, John Pierce. We got a good question from John Pierce. Just addressing the chat right now, guys. We'll get into some more content in a moment. If you're just tuning into the live stream right now, smash up the like button and stick around. We have a lot more to cover today. Let's just see what the people are saying right now in the live chat. Anyways, John Pierce says, Connor, do you think the base airdrop is still possible? Farmbase is not allowing the creation of new wallets at the moment. Do I think the base airdrop is possible? 1000% I think it's possible. Will it happen? Well, I've spoke on this before. Essentially, one moment, I'm just pulling up my Farmbase. Bear with me, lads. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so Farmbase Pro. Yes, they're not allowing the creation of new wallets. Basically, a lot of people were like, man, you know, there's only been 2 airdrops. People were complaining about the monthly cost. So Farmbase was like, you know what? We're going to reward all the people that have basically, you know, made their Farmbase account and set it up. They're going to take away the fees. So it's now free to use, even for the premium wallets. The caveat is there's no more new wallets being created. So if you were paying, and back to the base airdrop question, again, all the other Ethereum layer 2s did airdrops. Okay, this base said they're not going to do it, just like all the other Ethereum layer 2s said they weren't going to do it, and they all did it anyway. All right, so there's a decent chance they do a base token airdrop again. So if you guys, let's just search Farmbase on the channel real quick. So it's been 10 months since I've been talking about Farmbase Pro. So if anyone set up their accounts, as you can see right here, guys, I have a total of around 50 wallets, all farming the base airdrop for me. 50. So if base does an airdrop, I mean, if it's a few $1,000 per wallet, that's easily going to be a few $100,000. If it's something like Hyperliquid and they give like 5 figures per wallet, I mean, there's a chance it's $500,000 to $1 million right there in an airdrop. We'll see, though. Complete speculation. But this was the idea in the first place behind Farmbase Pro, and that's why I went on to create 50 wallets 10 months ago. So yeah, I think the base airdrop, there's a possibility of it happening. And even if you're just using base like a normal user trading meme coins, there's a chance you'll get the airdrop. So if they do it, it's going to be huge. We'll see, though. We'll see. And we got Crypto Tierra saying, happy Monday, Connor and Crypto Empire fam. Such a great start of the week with all these greens. Indeed, a lot of green out there. While we're on the topic of base, we have a question from HH. He says, hello, Connor. What do you think of Arrow? Can it 10x? So Arrow right now is already over $1 billion market cap, or just around it. Yeah, 1.95 billion, 0.95. Can it 10x and go to 10 billion? It's definitely a possibility, right? If we look at the dexes from the previous cycle, such as Uniswap, it reached as high as $21 billion, $22 billion. So I think Arrow, I would say a more conservative price prediction would be like a 5x around those levels, but it's possible it goes that high. Dims, do you have price targets on Griffin? It looks really good right now. So yes, Griffin. Long story short, I went super heavy into Griffin in the low 20 cent levels. Everyone in the Mastermind is definitely well aware of that, as I made it super clear that this is not some just coin that I would go in small as an asymmetric bet. I actually went pretty heavy into this coin. And anyways, it's looking really good right now. So price targets for Griffin. When I was doing my research and essentially building my conviction, I came to the conclusion that this is a multi-billion-dollar project. Okay, so price targets in the billions. In regards to specific numbers, we'll get to that. But all you need to know right now is I don't think this is close to topping. It can pull back, it can retest these previous levels lower, but I still think the trajectory for this coin is much higher. And if anyone was able to pay attention, I told everyone in streams as well. I didn't gatekeep that to the Mastermind community. So yeah, if anyone followed that one along, you should be up 150% right now or so. So not a bad trade, not the largest gains because it was already a 200 mil market cap. But if you go in with some size, 150% in a few weeks is pretty damn good. Anyways, what's going on, Stacy Lewis? How are you? Bartland, we'll look at some of these AI agents like VV Fu soon. Norala, how are you, Norala? Modesto, what I think about Ort? I'm bullish on Ort. And greetings from Spain. What's up? Samuel Massa, he says, is Treble a kind of hyperliquid, or am I wrong? What they want to do? Hyperliquid is its own layer 1 blockchain on top of a full decentralized exchange with perpetuals, right? So Treble Swap is simply a decentralized exchange on the Base network. It's not trying to be its own separate chain. It's native to the Base chain. Okay, so in that sense, it's different. In the sense of a decentralized exchange, it's very similar, right? You can buy and sell coins spot. You're going to be able to trade perpetuals with leverage. So in that case, it's very similar. That's what they're trying to do. And again, they're going to be the first version 4 decentralized exchange on Base. To my knowledge, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct, 99% sure, there's no other version 4 DEX on Base right now. They are all version 3. And Treble is going to launch it at a $300,000 market cap. $300,000. It's really, I don't know. I think it's going to be a slam dunk, but we'll see. All right. So not financial advice, but I'm quite bullish on the launch of Treble because it's just launching at such a low valuation where it's fair. The pre-sale vesting terms are very fair. And we've seen other DEXs like ALB go to 50 million. This is launching at 300K. This is going to be better than ALB. So yeah, I mean, that's my take on Treble. Go watch the new video if you haven't watched that. Shout out to Loopy, Eric, JP Stanley, as well as Donkey Dong. What's going on, Donkey Dong? Donkey Dong is complaining about the price action of Tectum. It appears he thinks I have something to do with its underperformance. Very foolish take, Donkey Dong. I have zero to do with this coin's performance. And I haven't gone silent on it. Whenever I do get asked about it, I always pull up the chart. So you're 100% wrong there, and you should lose your sour puss attitude. Get yourself together, lad. Anyways, Tectum, yeah, it's really been underperforming. It's still down here at this channel low, sitting on this support level. If it's going to reverse, it's going to happen from here. We'll see what happens. But again, lose the sour puss attitude. I have literally nothing to do with the price action. It sounds pathetic from your end. Anyways, moving on. Shout out to TREZOR from Portugal. How are you? And Black Sun, Sui AI agents. Well, this coin's already pumped parabolically. So can this one continue? Well, this is going to be like the virtuals of Sui, it likely does. However, again, this parabolic pump is definitely a bit unsustainable, and it's due for some kind of correction. From the lows on Christmas Eve to the high, it went up 128x. 128x in 12 days. So it's definitely it's due for some type of huge correction, a 60 to 80%er. And 60% would take it down to this wick low at 2.5 cents. 80% would take it all the way back down to these levels at 1.5. So, I mean, I would let it cool off for now, and I would let it retrace. Again, it went 120x in like 12 days. So it's certainly due for a large correction, and it looks to be underway now. If you want to buy it, I would look to buy it on that correction, which is happening now. We got a super chat from J-Man. J-Man says, "You sexy Empire community. Last vid got over 300 likes. You guys rock. Mighty Connor, please give me your brutal opinion about ALIO. I got a ton of it, and it seems to be recovering, but don't have a good feeling." Well, J-Man, thank you for the super chat, and we'll take a look at ALIO. Nothing pops up on Deck Screener. Let's see if we can find this on CoinGecko. ALIO, here it is. It's on Coinbase. Interesting. Okay, so new Coinbase listing. This one listed in September. As you can see, it's had a pretty brutal performance, and look, it still does have like the new listing chart. So J-Man, for whatever reason you bought this coin, right? You did your research on it, you found it, you decided you wanted to buy it. It's really been underperforming. That's very clear. Now, looks like a layer 1. Yes, it is a layer 1. All right, so a new generation layer 1 blockchain. Let me find the best way to like put this into words. All I'm looking at is basically the chart. Okay, fundamentals aside. These things do have the potential to reverse heavily, right? This wouldn't be the first time that a coin lists and goes down for months only to pull a crazy astronomical gain, right? Here's one example again of Delicium AGI, right? It launched and it just went down only. It went from 25 cents to 1 cent to then like 60 cents. Okay, so ALIO has the same type of chart pattern. It's just a matter of, do you have the conviction to hold it to see if that will eventually happen? So again, I can't speak on the fundamentals of this coin. I mean, it looks like a new layer 1 blockchain. The market is definitely full of those, but those also do tend to pump when we're in very bullish conditions. So I would say your hope right now is when we do see the Bitcoin dominance major drop, when we do see the others expansion, that ALIO finds its bottom around these levels, sub $1, and then puts in that fractal of essentially coming out of its accumulation lake and then going for a run at the highs. That's my brutal, honest take on it. Fundamentals aside, looking at the technicals, I've seen this type of chart reverse super hard. Okay, it doesn't mean it will happen for this one, but it is possible. Whole market is speculation, so it already has a Coinbase listing. Maybe it does get pumped, maybe not. It's tough to say. And let's see. Mike J, he says, great call. Bought some quant this morning. So let's talk about some AI agents now that we're looking at altcoins. So quant is that AI agent that does TA for you. This is a Solana coin. And it has reversed after pulling back from 8 million to 15 million in 6 days, 75%. So yeah, healthy correction there. And I know I skipped over a few. So D'Angelo asked about Hash AI. I want to take a quick look at Hash AI. Pretty sure this is an Alex Becker pick. And another one that's coming out of a nice correction. It's up 75%. What do I think about Hash AI? it's a Becker coin. It does have a 5.5 tax, which makes me want to instantly kind of avoid it. There's a huge debate right now about like the AI coin frenzy, and these tokens aren't needed and stuff like that. Like very few of these protocols and these projects actually need a token. The token's literally just there to speculate, and definitely for the teams to make a ton of money very quickly. So look, when a token has a 5.5 tax, it definitely is very off-putting. So yeah, I mean, something like Hash AI, that doesn't mean it won't perform, but at the same time, I would look for an option that has the opportunity to perform just as well or even better. That isn't farming taxes, 5% too, which is pretty steep. I really don't like the AI coins with tax. It's very off-putting. I mean, with that being said, I do hold this one. Which also has a 5.5 tax, OXO, but this is the only AI coin with that I hold. Coincidentally enough, it's also another Alex Becker pick, but I did actually get into this one before Alex Becker announced that he was a partner with them, basically got a ton of money to talk about it on his YouTube channel. But anyways, that's my take on Hash AI. All right, and thoughts on the Caspa long consolidation from DFox. So yeah, the Caspa consolidation has been definitely, it's been time-based capitulation. So my thoughts haven't changed from the last time I talked about it. Essentially, this was the best performing coin of 2022 and 2023. A lot of small buyers in those times turned into whales. Okay, so it's the market maker's job to make those people capitulate. All right, they want those coins. How do they do that? Time-based capitulation. They make it go sideways in this range for over a year. At that point in time, the early holders who turned into whales say, you know what? I don't want to hold this anymore. I'm going to go after something else. So they sell their CAS in the range. They rotate into something else. When this happens on a long enough time frame, we're likely going to see this breakout and resolve higher. That's my take on the Caspa price action. We'll see if I'm right or wrong in the future. And then Cookie. A lot of people are asking about Cookie today in the chat. So Cookie DAO, or Cookie Fun, whatever the heck they're calling it, is at 111 million market cap. And it's another one that has greatly increased in value in a very short amount of time. Like many of these AI agent coins. So Cookie does appear to be definitely one of the better ones out there, as it's been around for quite a while. You can see these pairs going back 6 months on the Binance Smart Chain. So from November 26th to current day, this has gone 28x in 41 days. It's a straight up vertical chart. And also, look, this is this again. I would just treat this as a range and just look. If you want to buy this, wait for it to come to the discount of the range around 40 cents. This is your level to wait for if you want to buy Cookie. That's my take on it. Probably does keep going up, as again, it's one of the better AI agent plays out there. So yeah, just look to buy the discount of the range if you want to buy that. That's how I would play it. And we got another super chat from J-Man. He says, Alex B, who? Connor is the only way. That's funny. Nah, I mean, look, there a lot of people have good takes. There's something good and bad to take away from everyone. Everyone has something to teach you. But anyways, thank you, J-Man, for the support. He says, Donkey D, you sourpuss, get out of here. Now, look, I know Donkey Donk has been around for a while here, but I mean, yeah, like if you're going to accuse me of like being an insider of Tectum because it's not going up, definitely get the heck out of here. Like, that's just really stupid. I have nothing to do with that coin. I'm simply speculating on it just like everyone else, and it's been underperforming. Definitely didn't appreciate that. It's just like a low IQ thing to say, right? The word scammer is just, it's way too often used. Definitely there's a lot of shady people out here and a lot of people out to get you, but there's also a lot of people that are just genuinely bullish on something, and sometimes it doesn't perform. But it's ridiculous. But anyways, J-Man, thanks for the super chat. What else though? Shout out to Bob's my uncle saying, I'm here, lad. Let's go. What's up, Bob? How are you? And we got Honest Lawn Care saying, Connor, did you come back from Thailand so you could be in the States during the last part of the bull run? No, I came back from there because I was like, I'm ready to leave. Yeah, I don't have the desire right now to go live abroad, right? So basically, I didn't want to overstay my welcome, and I decided it was time to go. But good question, though. A little bit of a personal question in regards to my personal life. Let's see. Shout out to Scott from Sydney, Australia. And Esamiri asking about the Turbo coin. So Turbo, the first AI meme coin. And Turbo on the weekly is still in this range, holding the previous all-time high as support. So thoughts on Turbo, it's looking very bullish. I was going to say pretty bullish, but it actually looks very bullish, okay? So you flip the other all-time high from back here in August or May of 2024, July. Break out, flip that into support. It's now in this range. You can see I drew the range low, the discount where you should look to buy on support. Every time it's been down here, it's bounced, okay? So I would look for this to hold this range and eventually break out to the upside. That's how it's looking to me right now. We got Jared Dillinger. He says, please check out Sovereign. It's a small cap GameFi AI partnership with Virtual under 150 million market cap. So a brand new coin. This launched, you said under 150 million. It appears to be a 2.5 million. Okay, here's the, yeah, no, you're right. So it's listed on a few centralized exchanges as well. Okay, here we go on MEXC. So it looks like they just added a base pair today at 10 a.m. And that caused the price to go from 8 cents to 20 cents in the past 4 hours or so. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to, fundamentals aside, right? Another AI gaming project. I've done quite well on these in the past with a few. So definitely it's a narrative. It combines the gaming and AI narrative in two. And so the chart has pumped now, clearly. So even if this goes another 2x, I still, I don't have the conviction to top last this. And I always do look to buy pullbacks. So, I mean, I wouldn't touch it now personally. But if I do see this come back down to maybe around 10 cents, 10 to 12 cents, it could be an interesting position to take. And Crypto Polo says, is it good to buy AI agent coins now or wait? So again, they're experiencing their first stress test. They went up only over the holiday season, while the rest of the market was just completely sideways or going down. Now, a lot of the market is bouncing and these things are having their first correction. It's not really too much of a surprise. But should you wait or should you buy them now is the question. So let's answer that question. Well, I don't think the narrative has topped out, being that it's only January 6th. And just off of seasonality alone, typically, we're going to be really bullish minimum until around March. So I don't think that the AI agent narrative is topped out. So what I would say is I would be looking now to buy the pullbacks on your AI agent coin picks. Right, Virtuals right now is down. It did pull back 22, around 23%. In the past, it's pulled back 40%. I mean, it really hasn't had too many major large corrections. So it's kind of due for, like, even the really bullish coins. For example, look at Fartcoin. Even the stuff trading at the multi-billion-dollar levels, right? They still have like 50% pullbacks. Here's a 50% pullback on Fartcoin in 3 days. It can happen quick. Here's a 35% one. So I would say look to buy, if you see a huge sell-off in the coming days, I would look to buy that on the agent coins. Again, it's been less than 30% from the peak right now. Only 21%, right? If we're going to see a 50% correction, it would bring it back down to $2.50. And that could be very short-lived, right? It could V-shape out of it just like Fartcoin did. And that would come down to some pretty logical levels too on the chart. So I would say to keep your eyes peeled. And I don't necessarily think the correction is over yet for the AI agent coins, specifically the main ones such as virtuals. But I don't think the narrative is topped out, and I would be looking to buy the correction. That's my answer. And maybe it doesn't pull back 50%, but I don't think it's going to instantly V-reverse right now. I think it needs some time to cool off, as again, it went 100x in like less than 2 months. And Cali Gold says, dog wrote the ticker is taking off. Yes, it is. So another one, right? Another one, guys. Oh my God, Connor, you talked about this at 1.2 million and it dropped to 500K. You screwed me, man. I hate you, Connor. Well, bang, here you go. It's back now above where I talked about it. I mean, it's really important to have critical thinking skills and understanding that things don't go straight up. Cali Gold, shout out to you, and I'm glad that you're doing well off of this coin here. And you saw opportunity when other people were extremely pessimistic. My question for everyone watching this stream, are you an optimist or a pessimist, right? Are you able to think for yourself and understand that coins do go both up and down? And when something is down, it could potentially be a very good buying opportunity. All right. I really do my best to only talk about coins that I don't think are going to rug pull. So with that being said, the things I share, I've done research on them. And again, I'm really not here to push bullshit. So anyways, dog made the ticker. It's a stupid meme coin, but it's a culture thing on base. Okay, so that's why I talked about it in the first place. Anyways, anyone who managed to grow a sack, grow a pair, and buy the lows down here, congratulations. It's up over 100%, but I think this one is still pretty low compared to where it can potentially go, especially if you compare it to other dog meme coins on base. You got Ski, you got Dog and Me at 20 million. I mean, this one, Benji. What's Benji at nowadays? I haven't looked at it in a while. 23 million, right? Look, this is like the new one that can potentially go to these levels. So, yeah, anyways, I'm still bullish on Dog Made the Ticker. Cali Gold, shout out. Shout out to Manny. What's going on, Manny? How are you today? We got some more super chats coming in, guys. Thank you, Jason Deck. I appreciate the super chat. Jason Deck says, what do you think about Taobot and Ether? So Taobot, Tau subnet, it has gone parabolic, like many of the Tau subnet coins. With the introduction of dynamic Tau going to be happening very soon, we're seeing a speculation frenzy on many of these ERC20 tokens that are Tau subnets. So what do I think about Taobot? Well, I mean, it's bullish in the sense that I'm very bullish on Tau. And this is going to be, a major Tau subnet in a sense. So in that case, I like it. It has gone 8x in 28 days. Very big gain. Do I think it's topped at 75 million fully diluted? I do doubt that. But at the same time, I don't want to buy a chart that looks like this, okay? If anything, I would wait for a consolidation correction. And as always, doesn't change. I would look to buy the discount of that if it's given. But yeah, that's Taobot. And then Aether, DPIN, talked about this a few days ago on stream. It's bullish, right? Chart was looking good too. Yeah, I literally said, I remember talking about this now looking at the chart. I said, if you want to buy it, you need to buy it now on the breakout of the retest, or the breakout of the range and the retest that was happening. Now it's starting to move up from the retest. Okay, so yeah, analysis on Ether hasn't changed either. It's still bullish. And a super chat now from J-Man. J-Man says, one last one for me. How do you think purely from a price perspective AIWS will do in the near future? Okay, well, 10x in 2 weeks, still very low, 13 million. How do I think this one will do? It's tough to say right now, but if I had to guess, it's going to keep going up. Really insightful answer, I know. But it's a healthy chart, right? It hasn't had any crazy moves, right? It's just kind of been a healthy, slow grind up, take off a bit, consolidate. So I can see it continuing to just kind of grind higher. Based purely off of the chart here, right? It doesn't look like it's a crazy yo-yoing ricochet chart. It looks pretty healthy and organic building up. So it looks bullish. Omnia, where to buy Aether. Look, stuff like this, guys, it's really super basic. I'll tell you because we're live, but you need to be able to figure this stuff out on your own. If you want to buy anything, you search it on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. You go to markets, and it shows you all the exchanges it's listed on, right? These questions, like super, super basic stuff. I understand a lot of new people are just coming into crypto now, but these are like prerequisite things, right? This is kindergarten stuff, guys. You really should be able to find out where it's listed on exchanges if you want to buy something. Yeah, like this is preliminary knowledge that you should already have. What else is going on, lads? Mark Hammery. He says, y'all whom are complaining. Connor gives superb alpha. No one is correct all the time, but this guy is pretty good. How about this? Give him a donation for all his free alpha. Mark, thank you for the support. And yeah, I'm definitely not perfect, right? I'm definitely not right 100% of the time. But again, I know my wins always outpace my losses, and my personal portfolio, my balance, it reflects that. So yeah, thank you, Mark, for the support and the kind words. And I'm just going to keep on doing what I do. All right? It got me this far, being myself. So I'm not going to change it for anyone. And while we're on this topic, I want to actually bring up this tweet because it's funny. So this tweet here from J-Dub. So it's kind of a troll tweet. But it's in regards to like the little pockets of like these influencers that do exist, influencers, KOLs that exist out there. So J-Dub says, here's what we know so far. The LA vape cabal, that's people like Thread Guy and Razm or whatever, and Frank D Gods. They're all in their house streaming and pumping meme coins all day, right? So there's the LA vape cabal. It's venture capital backed. I actually always had this suspicion. It's when you have seen the things that I've seen, it's super obvious these people are getting funded by big money. And you don't blow up that big without it. Anyways, you can see they're LGBTQ friendly with significant financial resources. Then you got the NYC cigarette cabal, this Wall Street. This is people I think like Big Dick Bull. Honestly, whatever, the NYC cigarette cabal, they're pretty funny. But then there's also the Tampa Bay cabal / loot diggers. Who are these people? I've talked about like the marketing agencies that exist. It's people like Jake Gagnon and like Rodney. It's very clear they're all hired by the same agency, and they're like news people, news reporters, where they're given a script and they're told exactly what to say, with very little personal input, if any. So yeah, I mean, look, it's a crazy market, and yeah, that I feel good knowing that I'm just an independent out here, doing what I do, being myself. Haven't signed any contract with anyone other than the Lord, so Yeah, that's me. Let's see. Danny's asking about Polo on virtual. So yeah, Polo isn't doing so hot right now. Wow, it dumped even more, huh? 700K. So I knew this was like a gamble. And it's basically down to these lows. Can it reverse? Again, all the agent coins are pulling back. This one essentially launched, a bit later. It launched on the 30th of December. So in that case, it did have a short-term speculative pump, right? We did see a 100% gain like overnight on it, and now it's sold off, okay? So again, I don't think the agent narrative is topped, but it's experiencing its first stress test. We definitely want to see this area hold. All right, there's a few other ones that I've been looking at, such as, I'll give you a virtual as one, Slayer. Right, I was looking at this one at 4 mil up here. I decided I was going to hold off, and now it's down to 2 mil. So I'm somewhat interested in buying this coin at these levels, right? So again, I don't think the AI agent narrative is topped off, and I think there's a lot of them on discount right now, right? Even Gecko has pulled back substantially from hitting 33, 32 cents back down to the low 20s, coming down to the range lows. So all the virtuals coins, they're experiencing some pretty major pullbacks, and the lower market cap ones are definitely more volatile. AIXBT is bouncing now. It's kind of following my sketch perfectly. We'll see if it does double top and then pull back further, because again, it's due for some kind of major retracement in my opinion. But yeah, all the agents right now, virtuals, they're experiencing the stress test that was needed. So I don't think the narrative is over, but it's going to take some time, I would say, for them to cool off. And we'll find out shortly if AIXBT is going to go to $1 billion before doing that, because it's coming back up to the all-time highs. And D'Angelo says he's super bullish. D'Angelo's super bullish on Moonwell. I am too. I think Moonwell is one of the better performing base DeFi coins. I'm definitely bullish on Well. And what else is going on here in the chat? And by the way, Donkey Dong, you're definitely wrong. I'm not going to argue with you, but you definitely did insinuate. You said you used the word pump and dump, basically insinuating insider. So you're now contradicting yourself in real time. So please hold the L and just move on, dude. It's all good. Just take the L though. We got a super chat now from Mike Miller. Mike says, "Can you check SUAI thoughts?" For sure we can, Mike. Thank you for the super chat. So SUAI here. Okay, we already looked at this one, SUAI. Anyways, we checked out this one at the start of the stream, and I said how it went like, what was it, 120x? From December 24th, Christmas Eve, to the peak yesterday, it went 128x. In 12 days, 128x. If we compare that from market cap, it went from a 521K to a 67 million market cap in 12 days' time. All right, that's an insane move. It needs to essentially cool off a bit, in my opinion. All right, so it's experiencing its first correction now. And with that, we'll put this back up here on the chart. And we have a level here. We also have another level lower down here at around 15 to 20 million. So look, it's due for a 60 to 80% correction. It's corrected 39, 40%. 60% would be down here at 25 million, and 80% would be down here at around 15 million. I would say to look to buy the 60 to 80% correction on this coin. It went 128x in 12 days. It's definitely due. And another super chat from Bob's my uncle saying, did you research Acolyte and Aeon by any chance? Bob, I have not done deep dives in them, but I do actually have those tickers written down, and I will get to that. But Bob, thank you for the super chat. And let's see, Kevin Kim says, any thoughts, any updates on Vader? Vader's holding well. It is down 33%, or it retraced 33% in this demand zone. Again, all the virtuals agents are pulling back at the moment. Well, I'm not sure that's it, right? At 20%, what is it, 33%? I'm not sure that is it. It's certainly a nice reaction off of the 100 million market cap level. Nice demand zone in there. If that's not it, I would be looking all the way down here around the 61.8, the golden pocket, which is around 60 to 70 million. I would be looking at towards this level. Again, first major stress test, it went up 30x in 40 days. So, I mean, really from like the bottom in November, it went up 20,000x or 2,000x. That's 2 million percent. It went up 2 million percent in 50 days, which I do believe is a 2,000x. So if you put in $1,000, you would have $2 million in 50 days, okay? Now, I do doubt that very few... Let's actually look at the top traders. I doubt a lot of people made that type of money. Let's see. The first trader, it looks like he bought from a different wallet, but he sold $727,000 so far. The second best trader, again, must have bought from a different wallet, and he was able to profit $524,000. You can see some of these, right? This guy bought 25 grand and he was able to profit 300,000. So the top five, anyways, it's due for a huge correction. All right. It might be the best thing since sliced bread, best AI agent, portfolio manager, but the markets are going to move how the markets move. And typically it punishes late buyers that chase parabolic pumps. So I'd still be looking down here around 67 million at the golden pocket. And let's check up on Sequoia as well. Spelling it wrong. Here it is. So Sequoia doing very good. Holding strong. This one went up 144x in 53 days. Okay, so not quite as much as Vader, but still a very good performance. There we go. Anyways. All right. So on the daily time frame here. Very interesting. Basically checking to see if there's any divergence right now. And I mean, there's slight bullish divergence or bearish divergence, sorry. With the price basically pushing to new all-time highs in this consolidation range. So first what we want to do, we'll put a range on the chart. All right, range high here, range low here. Actually, we're going to put the range low here. We'll use our range measurement, and here we go. So you can see deviation, deviation, deviation. Is this going to be a deviation or is this going to be a breakout? Because it's in this clear range. Let's check out these small time frames. What is the 1 hour telling us? Yeah, some very strong bearish divergence on the lower time frames. So I would say for this, it looks to be a deviation right now. Let's put this line like so, like this. And yeah, look, I mean, it's there. The bearish divergence is there. So stuff like Vader and Sequoia, two very similar virtual agent coins. I'm not necessarily sure these are ready to keep on exploding and going parabolic right now. They kind of look due for some more ranging or possible, larger corrections before their next markup leg higher. Anyways, I missed some super chats. Let's get to those now. By the way, Black Swan, do you know what treble circulating in Matt's token supply is? I believe the max, just so I don't say anything wrong. We'll get to the super chats in a second. You can go to their website and click on white paper. It will take you right to the white paper. But just so I give correct numbers, not off the top of my head. If we can find our tokenomics here. All right, guess it's not there. Let's see, here we go. So it's 100 million, not a billion. Okay, and again, the market cap is expected to be around 300,000 when it launches. So there is vesting, but again, watch the video. It's quite fair vesting terms, where it's not like anybody who bought the private sale is going to be able to instantly sell on you. I believe it's 20% at the TGE, a 1 month wait, and then a linear vesting over a year, meaning you get a small amount of tokens on a daily basis. So it's very kind of spread out, the token releases. Anyways, Omar says, can you look into Sui Dpin? All these Sui coins, they're not very original with their names. It's Sui AI, Sui Dpin, really not very original names, but whatever. This one launched today on Solana. Sui Dpin launching on Solana. That's quite ironic. Let's look at the one on Sui. They all launched at the same time. And this one has the most liquidity on Cetus. All this launched today, and the charts are all looking wonky and different. So yeah, I can look into this, but in terms of at first glance, it could. This is the charts are all wonky. They all look different, so it's hard to get a read on the price action. It's very strange. Only the Solana pair has any token info. So yeah, I'm going to have to check this one out off live because it's really not clear what's going on there. Anyways, Dollar Suso says, thoughts on Tri Sigma and the project? Thank you. Tri Sigma. Well, it looks like it has 35K liquidity on base. And it's not listed on Dex Screener. So these are like super random coins. Okay, here we go. This must be it. Tri-Sigma on Solana. Okay, so AI like meme coin basically, and this thing went 184x in 22 days from the 12th of December to the 3rd of January. You can see it is correcting. I mean, even to these peaks, it went 120x, and it held there over 100x for 2 days. So again, due for a correction. If you go 180x in like a month, it's it's very tough to like keep on continuing going unless that supply is controlled and not able to be sold. So what I do see here is this falling wedge. What I do see here is this retest of the previous resistance now holding as support and it potentially breaking out. Okay, so I still would be looking towards this base support level at around like 25 to 30 million market cap. If I wanted to buy this, again, I think it's probably due for a bit of a larger correction or at least some time-based capitulation where it goes sideways for a bit. But still, it had a really good run and it just needs to cool off. So another one from Bob says, does Sequoia owning so much Gecko worry you? Well, Sequoia bought Gecko on the 20th of December, which was the first day it was live. So they basically got in like before it even pumped at all, right? They basically turned, if they put in a small amount, they turned into a whale basically by getting in so early. So that's how they're able to hold such a large amount. Does it worry me? Not necessarily. If they start selling, obviously that could be worrisome, but at that point, it would largely be too late. But what I do know is Gecko it's a fully doxed team, right? Many of these virtuals agent coins, they're all anon teams. But you know, what did I say? I mean Gecko. So yeah, Gecko, it has a lot of good stuff going for it, and I don't think it's a huge deal that Sequoia owns a ton of it because they were just so early to it. All right, we got one from J-Man. Thank you, J-Man, for another super chat. He says, really my last one, Space Mesh in a demand zone. So SMH, I mean, talk about a dud, huge dud. So here's the chart after getting listed on Gate.io. This is basically, like, if this isn't the bottom, I mean, this thing is just, it's taken a fast track to zero if this isn't the bottom, okay? This area must hold on Space Mesh. So J-Man, you are correct. It is definitely at a level of interest. But again, this coin has been a huge underperformer and a huge disappointment for everyone that's bought it over the past year, basically. So yeah, it needs to reverse out of this level or it's totally screwed in my opinion. Being that it's not an AI coin, we'll see. It's a layer one, and when the layer one start to get some attention, maybe this one will move. But for now, it's at the floor of its bear market essentially. So if it doesn't reverse at it here, I mean, man, who knows what the heck's going to happen next? But it won't be good. And we got another super chat now from Kevin Kim. Any thoughts or analysis on Ski Mask Dog? Well, Ski again, 250 mil right now. I think this one will go to billions. Now Ski bounced nicely from these levels around 175 to 200 mil. So definitely some distribution and consolidation happening. And we have a new range that's formed. So I would say for Ski, buy $200 million market cap and below. That's the buy level for it at the moment in time. And you want to see that this level hold if price does come back down. Okay. And then reverse and go to new all-time highs. But yeah, Ski is definitely very bullish, ton of attention. And look, if it gets the Binance listing or something like that, you know what happens when Binance lists a meme coin, it goes like this. So it goes vertical straight up. So I still would be looking to buy the discount around a 200 million market cap and below. Hope that helps, Kevin Kim. And we got another one from Sage and Fool. Any thoughts on Illuvium ILV? Yeah, I mean, look, ILV has always been like a VC trash gaming project. It was super hyped up at one point last cycle. I wouldn't buy this. That's my thoughts on Illuvium ILV. I would avoid this coin. That's me personally, though. It's just like I don't see much going for it, but I might be wrong, but I still have zero desire to buy that thing. We got another super chat now from Bob's My Uncle. He says, thoughts on Barrio chart, and I would research it too. Barrio. Or research the other ones. Barrio Entertainment System. So Bob, it does look like you've asked me about this one in the past. Base Barrio. Probably something to do with Mario, or a ripoff of it, or you know what I mean. Anyways, thoughts on the chart here. 2.4 million market cap. It's been around from August. In August, it was 100K market cap. It rose to 7 million or 70x in price. It's now pulled back. It's retraced this entire kind of mega parabolic pump. So yeah, if it's going to stay bullish, you want to see it hold this 2 million level. You don't want to see it come down and do, a long accumulation again, right? You want to see this thing hold momentum and basically continue to rise. So gaming project on Base. I mean, look, Base is very bullish, so certainly one that could do very well. It already has, but it's still very low at 2.4 million, so I'll check that one out later. Sounds like a based ass Mario to me, says Cloud9. And we got more super chats coming in. This one from Omar asking about Miria, another gaming project that I just wouldn't buy. Never bought Miria, never really had the desire to. The thing with Miria is they raised a lot of money by selling nodes. And that's essentially a Ponzi scheme where you sell these nodes to your community. Your community starts running the nodes from their computer and they get rewarded Miria tokens on a consistent basis, causing huge inflation for the Miria token. It's just not a great business practice. It's a Ponzi basically. But it's a way for the team to just make money because they can sell the nodes that are created out of thin air. It's a computer program, basically. So yeah, thoughts on Miria and the chart on TradingView. This is the weekly time frame chart. It is in this weekly accumulation, and maybe at some point in this cycle, it will break out of this accumulation range and go a lot higher, but it's still just not a coin I'm interested in buying. Bob says Wild and Barrio are his gaming picks. I agree gaming is going to be a violent rally whenever that does happen. Maybe it happens when GTA 6 comes into play. And we got a super chat now from Reaper74. Can you say, asking about Ass AI? All right, so this is Ass AI. I've never heard of this one. AI agent with automated crypto trading and analytics algorithms. Okay, so it trades for you and it gives you some takes on the market with its analytical algorithms. Another one that's gone parabolic. From December 26th, the current day, 11 days, it's gone up only 10x actually. Okay, so not crazy. 3 million up here to 36 million. So thoughts on this? Well, this isn't the same as a chart going like this. Okay, this is different. This is like vertical accumulation actually, where it can potentially break out and put in the parabolic pump. Okay, so I would be hesitant to buy it now at its top here, but at the same time, I do recognize this as a vertical accumulation cylinder, and essentially these have the potential to put in a straight up vertical line. All right, if that works out. At the same time, look, I mean, I'm pretty sure if we pulled up RSI, it would show bearish divergence. So, I mean, I would be weary of a potential top forming, but at the same time, this could be vertical accumulation where it's going to snap up. It's on Solana, so it's kind of not in the same category as the virtuals and base agent coins. If it's going to pull back, where do you look? You look down here. You look around 20 million to 25 million. If you see it pull back to these levels, even as low as 15 million, realistically even 11, which is this level. So yeah, I mean, those are like the levels where you should be interested in buying it. If it doesn't put in a parabolic move from this vertical accumulation, look for those levels. All right, guys. Look, a ton of super chats today, a ton of people here. I can see 270 people watching, but only 108 likes. Definitely a small amount of likes right now, guys. So smash up the like button. I appreciate your support. Real quick, though, let's run. No more super chats today, guys. I appreciate everyone's support, but we're going to go wrap it up. Higher looks like it is potentially deviating. Base meme coin's not getting a lot of love, but it looks like a rounding bottom, just lower than the demand zone. I would look for a deviation. Beats on base real quick. 2 mil market cap, starting to move up out of this demand zone. So, I mean, it kind of left the buy zone, but it still really hasn't moved that much. So, if you want to buy, it's still not too far from demand. And the other one is Bobo from Matthew Black. So, Bobo, I'm still very bullish on it. I haven't sold any Bobo. I'm treating this as an investment. I learned my lesson the first time on Bobo, buying it at $1 million, selling it at like 20 million when I could have held it and sold it at 200 million. Okay, so I'm just holding this thing. And if you want to buy it now, it's in a great level to buy it, in my opinion. 66 million market cap, it's low. Anyways, lads, thanks for being here today. I appreciate all of your support. And check out the new triple swap video if you haven't watched it yet. Again, first version 4 decks coming to base. It's going to be exciting. We'll see what happens, though, with it. Of course, not financial advice. Do your own research, yada, yada, yada. All the normal disclaimers goes without saying. But hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Smash up the like button. We got a super chat from Benjamin H. He says, last super chat. Smash the like for Connor, guys. Thank you, Benjamin, for the super chat. I really appreciate the support. Thank you for everyone being here today. Shout out to all the new Crypto Empire community members that have recently found the channel and subscribed. The subscriber amount is definitely growing a lot right now. So thank you to everyone new. And also a huge shout out to the loyal Crypto Empire community that's been here for years now. In March, we're coming up on 4 years of this channel being alive, of Crypto Empire being a thing. The lifetime of Crypto Empire is approaching 4 years' time. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for sticking with me throughout the years. And if you're new, thanks for joining the community here, hitting the subscribe button, tuning into the live streams, tuning into the regular videos, and all of the likes. If you want to join the Mastermind, the Inner Circle, the private group, apply it in the description, first link down below. But that's all from me for today, guys. Time to go. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great Monday and have a great week ahead. I'll see you all tomorrow right here at Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. Connor from Crypto Empire signing out. Have a good one and stay blessed.